God bless it now. I am on Bushman representing Foresight TV. Let them know what it's about. The real TV. Run the mountain down, yeah.
Welcome to Square Talk. I'm your boy Ravi Rav right here, and we're vibing with none other than the ambitious, talented, and grooving affluence of TT Yarddie. What's up, Yarddie?
Well, it's a blessing to be here. Nice to meet you, matter of fact, Mr. Ravel. I have been looking forward to this, so
Definitely. You are a blazing chart inside of the industry. I've not seen you really upload a lot to your YouTube, but I can't help to say that I saw you at the third staging of the A-Boss Bookstore and Stationery Customer Appreciation Day. The performance, it was heart touching. Tell us all about that.
Well, that's basically what I do. When I sing, I don't just sing for the ears. I sing for the mind, the heart, the soul. So, I just always try to put something that people aren't expecting and far from what everybody else is doing. So, I just always keep it on a higher level, on a higher mindset, and but
You are aware that you're in a male-dominated music industry. Who are some of the persons that you listen to that actually influence the talent that you have?
well, first of all, I love music, so I don't really have a specific person. But if I was to have a specific person, I would name that Chronic Law, because even though he's singing about the same thing that we're hearing every day, he's the artist that I can relate most to, because going through life, through the road, it ain't easy, and every day you have to see things, you have to acknowledge these cards that living every day have to give you, and so. But I would say Chronic Law and
But I can't help to say that whilst you're making reference of a Chronic Law, you don't sound like Chronic Law, nor do you preach the message he preaches. People out there who do know a TT Yarddie. The first time I actually met you and heard your voice, I was like, damn, the new Koffee in town. How do you feel about people making reference of you being the new Koffee? Do you accept that? How do you feel about it?
well, nothing isn't wrong with that, But even today, I heard someone say, "You remind me of Koffee." But the thing is, I want to be the first Yarddie, the first TT Yarddie. So I want to just be like everything that I'm outputting, just be a part of TT Yarddie character. But as I said, it's not a bad thing, and that's a compliment. So it's great to hear that, because she's a sensational artist as well. But
Your musical career, what are some of the different genres that you actually go into? Seeing your performance, I saw you touch into dancehall a bit. And actually listening to you, I see that you're further into certain areas such as the Afrobeats.
well, I love music, and I let the music lead me. To be honest, I can do everything, because it's just there, the talent is there, and then when you listen to the beats and the music is leading, and you follow where it's leading until you can lead the place, it's an amazing feeling. And I can do every genre: rap, Afrobeats, dancehall,
Yeah.
everything.
You want to do everything, but you need to have a niche. You need to have a specified market or something that makes sense. I mean, why would you want to be a rolling stone all over the place? You have to have a specified home. Do you have an address where you live?
Yes, I do.
You have an address. So why is it that you're all over music? You don't have one home in music?
Well, I think I will find that in time, because every genre has something different to offer, and I know that I have way more to offer. So I would say that I like Afrobeats. So maybe in the future we will take it there. But then again, dancehall have a pain side where I would like the world, even people that don't know our language, to see that and to feel that and to understand that as well. So that's why I don't really like stay in one ground, because people have to hear some of the rap, people have to hear some of the trap still, but we're not trapping dancehall. But we're just keeping it moving. But if I should say my steady thing right now, that would be dancehall, but that would soon change.
But on the note of Afrobeats, Afrobeats is something that is concerning. Afrobeats is from Africa. Are you aware that there is actually no Jamaican who is an Afrobeats artist that is doing the numbers? When you take a look at the Burna Boy, the Davido, and so forth, they are very dominant in the space. I mean, how do you think you can actually be dominant in the space where Afrobeats is concerned and you're not in Africa? You are a Jamaican.
Well, you said there is no Jamaican who is doing that, and you're wrong, because there's me. So, but still, I just say it's the message and the vibe and the melody, because I can just make a song by tomorrow, and if the right person listen to it and it gets the right feedback that I want, they would start to recognize who TT Yarddie is. And I have been working with the Afrobeat since lately very often. So maybe, surprisingly, Mr. Ravel, one day you will hear me on the radio.
While you're talking about surprisingly, who are the producers that you touch base with? Do you have any specified producers that you work with currently? Are you still a rolling stone in that market where you don't have any assigned producers too?
Yeah, I would say so, because most of the time I've been working constantly. We don't really go out often to make certain links, and then again, I never really seriously like go to studio for like one whole day to record a song. So but I know that with time and the right effort, I will find one.
What about shows? Shows is a great part. I mean, I've seen one performance, but how do you prepare for performances? You are a young artist in the industry. Many young artists cannot perform their songs, which is a downfall. How good are you at performance and how do you prepare?
Well, I prepare by trying to keep the voice as clear as possible, trying to keep my mind as clear as possible as well, because trust me, I don't know, I cannot speak for every artist, but sometimes to be up there on the stage in front of thousands of people, it can be like very, very, very
Exhausting.
exhilarating, like, because you say, suppose me this, suppose me that, but I mean, you go up there and you catch the vibes and you start singing. It's a different feeling within your art, because worse, if you love music, you're going to just feel at peace. You're going to feel like here was where God made me to be. So,
The dynamics, the change of music. How old are you?
I'm just 20.
You're 20 years old. There has been changes. In recent times, there has been freedom for dancehall artists and professed King of Dancehall Vibes Cartel. Were you around in that era? Because you're pretty young. I guess when Vibes Cartel went to jail, you were probably in primary school.
Yeah, that's true.
So you didn't really get to feel Vibes Cartel that much.
No, but when I first started music, because I was trying to build my lyrical side, I was tuned into a lot of artists, even like Shaga, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, all of them man they we have a little rough voice and them can DJ good. And I would say Cartel has some very, very unbelievable substance. And his songs have great melodies. He know what he's doing, to be honest. And to get inspired still, he's not where I looks. He's not where I look still, because there's a lot of artists out there who doesn't have the like ability to do what he can do, but by just listening the words and what they're saying, the message that they're trying to get across, it make you feel very motivated more. So
There's a lot of markets out there: the European market, African market, and North American market. Which market do you think is the most feasible or makes more sense for you to actually go into as an artist?
Well, I would really, really, really love to get into the North American market because remember, the Americans have a great way of capitalizing on every single thing. So if I go to UK, probably it would be the same thing because this. I would say like America have a very greater economy than UK, but it
I wish to disagree, but go on.
but still remember that music mostly like transcend like rap and those things, even Afrobeats, Grammy, everything is in America. So that's why I say that. But a lot of people would disagree. But it's just my.
As a recording artist, we know that entertainment is very expensive. How do you maintain, or how do you, in other words, take care of your career? How do you fund your career?
By working.
By working.
Yes, I am a staff right now currently.
Don't talk the name of the place, but go on. You're a staff.
Alright. I'm a worker at an hotel. It's not open as yet, but we're just pushing through the work. I might not like go the mile in the music as yet, but trust me, the year is not in the year. Still about 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's a long way. We can take it a far place from there. But we're just keep on pushing out, trying to get things right, trying to get things on a level so that when the right timing come for everything in the music to start something great, we have the right amount of funds, the right amount of equipments, and the right amount of like say supporters, because we have to have them supporters in the back. But we're just trying to take it one day at a time, one step at a time.
You talked about influence, Chronic Law being a great one. What about collaboration? That is a great part of the music. Any big collabs as yet? Any one that you're eyeing for a collab?
Well, I have a lot. Well, to be honest, I would want to collab with any artist I see, like that have something good to put out there. Because at the end of the day, music is a money making thing, but I mean, sometimes it's all about unity and strength. That unity and strength can't always fix every solution, but I would just want to collab with any artist I could or I can with. It's just like, for example, you taking a kid to the park and the kid see everyone to play with and he wants to play with everyone.
Right.
I would just want to collab with some young artists, some well-established artists, some gospel artists as well, because I told you that we can do it all. It's not impossible. And it's just the mind of wherein people have a limitation, like say, he's a dancehall artist, so how does he want to do rap? He can do anything he wants. From he have the strength, the wisdom, and the courage to do it, why not let him do it?
So what about rebranding? I mean, if you are in several different genres, I've seen the likes of Old City do it. Old City, which did Fireflies, the lead singer went a bit solo as Adam Young, and he does great songs too. Few artists within the music industry do it. I mean, they're in one genre as A, and they're in another genre as B. Do you think that you could go into the different genres with different names?
I think so. And that would just make it even more exciting.
But then again, don't you think people are going to capitalize? Because you used that word earlier. People capitalize on the fact that, you know what? We want her for a gospel concert, But guess what happened? She's a big dancehall star. So the gospel money that would have been 100,000, we can pay her that, and when she come, we just change the script and ask her to perform dancehall, which would have cost 400. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I mean, I'm going to have a great manager. So in the future, if anyone tries to like go around Yarddie brand or Yarddie or our team, trust me, there will be no further working with them. Because if I am an honest person and you're dishonest, this is business, remember. So we have to just make the right decisions to make ourselves protective from what they are trying to like profit off of or trying to gain off of.
There's a lot of things that people utilize for fun, enjoyment, leisure, so forth. Um, what about clothing? Are you a big fan of clothing? I don't want you to name brands, but I know your type of style. I've seen you a couple times in the atmosphere. And listen to me, she coming from work today. You don't want to see how she dressed. She's a fashion ambassador. When we're talking about from shoes to the head to the ears, ambassador. As an ambassador of clothes, do you ever think about like doing clothing, maybe apart from music or with music?
Well, yeah, because music is a wide aspect of my life, but business is like another side of me. So I would, in the future, God's willing, and it's God will, I will start a clothes company. And I want it to be like brought from Jamaica. So even if it's in the UK or it's in America or it's in Belgium, we know it's at Jamaica it start. So we can even have like build more in a Jamaica then. More come from Jamaica. Cause we want to build the culture as well, and not just we sell forget the growth, the Jamaica forget a growth too.
You said dancehall is where you're starting your home. I hear a bit of a reggae vibe because if you sound like Koffee, then that's not dancehall. That is basically reggae. Let's come out of dancehall a bit. Let's talk about reggae. You said you don't want to collab with any and anybody. But in the reggae space, what are 3 names that you look at that you would really love to work with in the reggae space?
I would definitely give that to Protege. I would give that to Chronix. And I would give that to Sizzler.
Sizzler. Okay, awesome.
And no, that's just 3 no. But to be honest, I would just give all of them a go.
You like to try your talent with the different persons?
With different persons. With Caperton, the whole of them. Yeah, man.
Reggae music, is it a dying part of the industry? Do you think reggae is dying?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I would say that the people who are now in this space of it is not really taking it to a next level. Like, for example, we are just thinking inside of the box. There is a song where Protege did with Nas. It goes like,
That was not Protege at all.
It was not him.
No, it was a Protege. You need to do some research. That was Damian Marley.
Yes, Damian Marley. I'm very sorry. To you, Protege and Mr. Damian Marley.
Yeah, Protege on your mind,
I'm very sorry because I rate Protege. I rate him, but
that was Damian Marley.
You see,
what? Junior Gang Marley. Yes.
Yeah, Junior something.
Yeah, Junior Gang.
But what I rate with that song is just different. We are used to like Skanking Sweet and all of those songs, but that have a different thing to put to the table. So I think that in reggae, they need to start putting some other things. Look at Bob Marley. Bob Marley make a wonderful sensation over the world. And if you check some of his songs that he was singing for a purpose.
But they were simple songs. Honestly, I'm not saying Bob Marley does not have a legacy. But when you look at a Junior Gang Marley, when you take a look at a Chronix and a Protege, these persons have elevated beyond what music was.
Yeah, but remember that, like, back then, the world was just, like, on the level that he was singing about. And those times we have, like, slavery and all those things.
Slavery never exists, but go on.
No, like mental slavery. Because remember that you could just do everything that you want. There was some restricted, and for black people, it was like put to a place where in which But I won't get into that right
Yeah,
now.
we
I
can't
won't
get into that at
right
all. Yardi, you are currently based in the western side of the island,
now. Yes.
right? There are several talents. We can take a look in the reggae industry. We're talking about the greats of the Richie Stevens. We're also talking about my lady down the road. What's her name? Come on, man. I don't forget your name. Love you like mango. What's her name, man? That is Savannah. So
Yeah,
you have
Savannah.
Savannah. You have Richie Stevens, just to name a few reggae singers. Iconic Peter Tosh is also from the West right here. Have you ever thought about collaborating with them? You did say anybody and, people have talent. But, I mean, people within your reach. Are you trying to make the effort to reach out to them, or is management working on that?
Well, I would say management is working on that.
Yeah.
But I think that it come to a time where in which I, as the artist, have to put a foot down and make some steps out there too, because if you want to be an artist and then you're not going on stage shows and you're not going to party, I'm not going to meet anyone. So I think it come to a point in my life where in which I would say 9 to 5 now work again. So a music for life. But there is some things where in which I have to work because things have to work. Yeah, I have to work because things have to work. So, but things take time. So during the time space where the rest of the year, who knows what will happen? Probably you wake up a day and you see a song with me, Savannah, and Protege, or probably a day where you wake up, you see me and Bob Marley Jr. doing a song. So,
Bob Marley Jr. Big up Bob Marley Jr. I don't know that artist, but big up yourself. You seem like a very fun and well kept person. My question to you at this point is, will the music have any change of who you are? Getting into the space where you're humble right now. You're looking for collaboration. You're looking for people to really be a part of your team. Who is TT Yarddie? For persons who are listening out there, why would they want to work with you? Let us know about you. Why should people consider working with you? We're talking about artists and also producers. Why TT Yarddie?
well, first things first, I am a very, very fun person. I'm a loyal person. I am also a person who doesn't like to be lied to. So I won't say I would force someone to work with me. If they want to work with me, they can work with me. But I assure you, if someone work with me or is around me, they're not going to get anything less or more than love or respect, because that is what I'm all about. I respect my culture. I respect how I am. I respect how I think, because at the end of the day, everyone is different. But with our differences, that's how we find a way to work.
There you go. Yardi, there's so many that can be said and asked. One thing, and I'm going to pick your feathers a bit on this one, Yardi.
Okay.
What is the least liked thing in the industry that just irritates you? What irritates you the most in the industry?
Well, what irritates me, and I don't say competition is bad, but I think we get to the point where in which we are grown. And I heard a quote last night say, even though tree and grass come from the same place, they don't roll together. But I think that we as people and we as individual, I know that some people out there are not honest. I know that some people out there are not nice. I know that even though we have people out here who is die-heartedly good and try to make everything work, and we have some people out there who would have frig up that for them same way. I think we have to come to a mind and a sense where we can unite and put our differences aside, and that is something I don't like in the music. there's too much competition, there's too much problem, there's too much things that we're not grown enough in the mind to look past. Because even like when an artist and another artist is clashing, they take it to another level where in which it's just music. And when you check it out, a lot of people lost their life to things like those.
But
a lot of people got
the thing
hurt.
about it, Yarddie, not everybody can get along. I mean, we're human beings, before music, we're human beings.
Yes, but if we can't get along, we just avoid each other. But you have some people out there, they're brilliantly out there and they're just trying to look problems. So that's just what I'm speaking on. Like, we just should have a little unity, because I would love to see a show where in which a lot of various different type of artists can just go and perform, and at the end of that show I see the whole of them the whole in hand and make a bow. But we cannot have that. And
Why for the bow?
Why for the bow? But it's just like, I just wish like we as black people on a whole could have a little unity.
Zin.
Yeah, man, that's that. But everything else around the music thing, it's good. I like to see when these artists out there go and they make their songs and they can reap tremendous from it. You see? But
What about songwriting? That's something I'm looking at. I've seen the likes of Nardia Mothersill. Nardia from the Not Nice camp. Lots of love, darling. She has been working with the Marleys. I think it was Ziggy or one of them. She actually was a co-writer on his album, and the album won. So apart from being the face and being out there, behind the scenes, TT, what do you think about songwriting? As much as you're a good artist, I know you can write.
well, writing songs is not my best suit, but I still do it, and I still get up with the mindset every day that, okay, I'm going to write a song that is going to hit. I'm going to write a song that people will love. I will write a song that people will feel, and I will get better at writing, because I do a lot of freestyle. I can just freestyle from my head and it will sound completely good. And then writing would normally take me a good long length of time, but we're working on it.
So as you can see, weather conditions are changing right here. It's Ravi Rav signing out for Square Talk. Very first episode, TT Yarddie. We will be piecing the next piece of our interview as we continue. For those of you who are on TikTok Live, for those of you who are on the YouTube platforms, TT Yarddie, how can we find you?
You can find me at TT Yarddie. That's TTYARDDIE.